right. Hey, man, we're on the air. We're recording. We're jumping right into it.
Oh, sweet.
Right, man. We're back. It's been a delay, and we're busy. We're both busy people, and we're both bad at scheduling things. And so instead of a 2-week delay, you get a 3-week delay. My apologies. I'm sorry. But a lot of things have happened. A lot of things. The New York Knicks won the pennant. I don't know what they call it in basketball.
The championship?
Sure. They don't have some sort of ceremonial. What's the trophy called?
I should know this, but I don't.
You were the biggest New York Knicks fan like 2 weeks ago, and now you're like.
No. To be fair, and I'm going to say this, be completely honest, Knicks, the Knicks thing, I was happy for New York and the New York Knicks, but 100% bandwagon on that.
Yeah.
Basketball is not my sport. I'm more of a hockey and football guy.
Islanders or Rangers?
Rangers. Yeah, I'm a weird mix because most people, I'm from Long Island, right? So most people on Long Island are Jets, Mets, Islanders. With me, I am Rangers, Mets, Giants.
Oh, okay. Did you just want to follow the teams that won things more recently?
Yeah. No, what it was my grandfather was always a huge Ranger fan. And, when we were little, my dad would take us to Islander games just because it was convenient. We had Nassau Coliseum where they used to play in. And, it's like a 30-minute drive from us. So we would go to those games every now and then. But my grandfather is a diehard Ranger fan. So he would take us to, or he would just be watching it all the time. And it kind of just brewed in with me and my brother. We're like, oh, we like the Rangers just because of how much Grandpa loved it. And then the Giants, I didn't really get into football until I was in early high school. And
so Eli Manning era,
and they had beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl when the Patriots had a completely undefeated season.
Yeah. And
when I started getting into it, I was like, I think the Giants are going to be my team. And now they just absolutely suck. And but that's par for New York sports.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Was that Strahan? Right?
I don't know. I don't know if Strahan was still on the team. He may have just retired. I'd have to check that. But and then the Mets, my dad was a big baseball guy, and it was always Mets games, and I just kind of followed that path. And they suck too. So all my teams, Rangers suck. Yeah, I have the New York Knicks, but I don't have the knowledge of them to back anything up. If I were to get into some sort of whose team is better type deal, which is just ridiculous talk.
Yeah.
To begin with.
I don't have any basis to stand on in any regard. I mean, technically I'm a I was the youngest of 7, so I'm from Minnesota, so everyone's Vikings fans, right? But I wanted to be different, which was a good pick because the Packers had a pretty good run in my lifetime, and the Vikings are still
Aaron
terrible.
Rodgers.
Yeah, and then I married into a Packer family. So my father-in-law is from central Wisconsin, so I kind of have adopted that full force. But that said, couldn't name 5 players. I don't have the bandwidth for. I'm part of me is disgusted by it, and part of me applauds it. The depth of knowledge that some people have regarding sports, it's crazy to me. They're like, this guy with this statistic and this guy played for this team and this is where he played college. And I'm like, oh my God, if you applied yourself, you could really be something. But you instead, you just,
Well, it's funny because as of recently, I started getting into that type of stuff simply due to the fact that I started watching college football because that's the first type of football that comes on. And there's just something about when you're just kind of sick of summer, so to speak, where you've just been partying and it's hot and it's transitioning. Yeah. I'm sure this is probably my last summer of really partying. But
good for you, man.
Yeah, but then, it's like college football's on. It's like a fun day full of games and there's something to do. And then you start figuring out like these college players, and then they get drafted to the NFL, and it's like, okay, now I know, oh, this guy's a quarterback. He went to this college and stuff like that. But yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. And I don't like people that have that crazy sports knowledge, because it just gets into a, whose dick is bigger contest, who knows more. And the worst is when it's girls that know a shit ton about sports.
Yeah, then they emasculate me, and then I what go?
I really hate. I don't hate. That's a strong word. I'm
so excited.
How do I word this? I
know it's going to be a good take when you have to figure out.
I get intimidated by car chicks.
Oh, also, don't know anything about cars. Like them.
So I know enough. Like, I got a Jeep that's a piece of shit, and all I do is fix it. It's literally all I do. And by having to fix it, I've learned a lot about cars, but I don't know like very specific inner workings of them. And sometimes there's those grease hair chicks that are just all about cars, and like you sometimes don't know. They're sneaky with it. Like you'll say something like, "Oh yeah, I had to, replace the oil filter in my car," and they start rattling off like fucking part numbers, and you're like, "Whoa."
Oh yeah.
Like I would never be able to get married or date a chick like that, because I would feel like a huge pussy.
This is my life. I basically have no traits that make me manly. I don't know anything about cars. I like guns. I only have 2. Like I'm not like, I know all about them. I like them, but like I lease my cars. I hire someone to do the maintenance around my house. I don't like, but I feel like I'm kind of manly, but like then when you actually go down like a checklist, you're like, damn it, I am like the biggest
Thank
pussy.
God for the mustache though, right?
I know, right? It's just it's all a ruse. I wish that I was more manly. My wife wishes I was more manly too. I think she always jokes that she fills that void in our house. Like if something needs to be fixed, like she'll do it. I'm like, oh, I would do it. I just am so busy. We'll just hire someone.
Listen, that's totally okay too. If you're a busy person and you don't have time to do shit, and you're trying to enjoy your life. I know plenty of people that all they do is work and then fix shit at their house. Yeah. There's just no time for any leisure.
Oh, well, and I've had this conversation with my wife before, which is like, I have a skill set. I'm a firefighter. I'm an instructor. I'll go teach a class and then make money using the thing that I'm good at to pay someone to do the thing that they are good at. And this is commerce. This is how the world goes around, right?
But you got it right there. You're a firefighter.
Yeah.
That's masculine.
That's all. Thank you. It is masculine.
Right?
I think that I carry myself as a relatively man. Everyone thinks I'm much more manly than I really am, though, honestly. Like
it's the mustache. I'm telling you.
It is, but I'm okay with that. I think here's a good word, usurped. I don't know if that's a real word, but I think it is. I've usurped the threshold where I don't really care. Like, I think that there's this kind of bravado and manliness. Sometimes they're like, dude, I don't wear pink, brother. Like I'm so manly that like, I don't even think about dudes. I only think about girls all the time, right? Or whatever the thing is, right? It's like, and I'm like, I'm past that. Like, I'll go to a play. I have a good time. Like, I'm not like,
sometimes
I'm not worried.
Sometimes I get people say you don't show emotion. Like I don't cry.
Oh, I cry.
And I don't, it's a weird thing. Like I couldn't tell you the last time I cried.
Whoa.
And I don't like, I mean, I'm talking probably childhood.
Whoa.
I feel things. And I can feel, upset.
Thanks for telling me that.
Yeah.
I feel.
But I don't know, just something. The only time I'm crying is from allergies. But like an actual, like I'm going to sit and have a good cry. I don't know what that even feels like in adulthood.
Interesting. I've always been a kind of a crier. Like I'm not a sad crier. Like I won't cry at a funeral generally, but like I'm like a happy crier, a proud crier. And then that only became like exponentially worse when I had kids. Like
I was
now,
just going to say that
my kids do anything and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. I will tell you this. This is my the hilarious cross of my desire for manliness, but my also like tears, right? This is my stupidest time I ever cried. I once cried watching American Chopper. You remember the Discovery Channel show about building motorcycles? I remember one time I was watching it and like the father and the son like reconciled their relationship. It was like this really beautiful moment, and like a single tear, like the Indian from the commercial, came down my cheek. And I was like, what am I doing with my life that Discovery Channel has its hooks in me deep enough for me to cry watching American Chopper?
It's some of the toughest guys I know are criers like that. One of my best friends, Chris, he's like a man's man. You know, he fixes everything. He works hard, and he's tough as nails too. I've watched him beat up multiple people throughout our years, but he'll cry at he's cried at pretty much all of our weddings.
Oh yeah,
of happiness. Heck
yeah, I love a good happy cry though. That's good.
Yeah,
happy cry. I think hot take, maybe not hot take, but take. I'll take. I think much less if there was shame associated with crying, which I don't think there necessarily is, but if there was, way less shame associated with a happy or proud cry versus a skinned my knee or sad cry. If you're an adult man and you're crying in pain, like dog, if you're like and you start crying because
do you know how when like kids like just trip and fall and like nothing happens, they get scared that they like, imagine if that still happened to like adults, like you just like fell and like everyone's like, all right, get up, you're all right, and you're just crying. I actually might start doing that.
Mix it in at least. Honestly though, unacceptable. Like most times I'm totally not judgmental about someone crying. If you're an adult, especially an adult male that cries from an injury, sussy, a little sus.
Yeah.
But a proud cry. Like what about like you're watching the Mets, right? New guy, first at bat, you know, gets his first major league hit. They pan to the audience and the dad is like crying in the stands. That's a good moment. We all support that moment.
I 100% support that moment. But if I were the dad, for sure, I'd be crying about it. But I'm also a New York sports fan. So you're expected that when you get up there, you better fucking play. Like this, there was a guy actually on the Mets, a new pitcher. He's actually from Long Island. And he was working his ass off for, I think, like 10 years and finally gets pulled up to the Mets, right? Which is a huge deal if you're from New York, especially Long Island. And this kid absolutely threw one of the worst games I've ever seen. And they were up, I think, like 6-2 or 6-3, and they got fucking creamed because this kid was pitching like such dog shit. And you can hear the crowd screaming, booing this kid, get him off the fucking plate, you know, or get him off the mound, get us a real pitcher in there. Like there's no. We're one of those fan bases that if, you know, you're playing like shit, we're going to let you know.
Oh yeah. And so then there's the opposite. Maybe they pan to the crowd, then the dad's crying tears of shame. Right. It's a whole different world. Day. Yeah.
Yeah. Different type of pain.
A couple things I want to touch back on that we had touched on in the previous episode. So I did actually order iceberg.
Yeah, that's right.
But they came and I was swindled by the foreign vendor and they sent me, I can show this in the camera, maybe, iceberg energy pouches, 150 milligrams of caffeine, which is still pretty crazy.
Because that's what's in a cup of coffee?
Like 60 or something. It's about the same as like a Monster in each like pouch.
So a Monster in a pouch that you're putting into your lip.
Yeah.
That's instantly going to hit you with the power of one Monster.
It says it on the side. I don't know if you can read it. It says 1 pouch equals 3 cups of coffee. But I haven't tried them yet. I probably will. But I ordered these.
Why don't you try one right now?
Let's do it. I don't care. I'll open it. It's 4 o'clock. Why sleep tonight? But
actually, before you do,
okay, I'm opening it. So keep talking.
Take your heart rate.
Okay, I got my Whoop strap on. I'll look at my phone and see what my heart rate is.
Look at
We're out here doing the science.
Yeah, we got to see what's going on. I want to see how much your heart rate
be throwing up by the end of this episode. But I ordered this, and the webpage showed that it was the 150 milligram nicotine. And
really,
okay, smell, odor, not pleasant. But we're going for it. Here we go. Historically,
wait, did you get your heart rate?
Oh yeah, crap. Science. Good job. For the sake of reference, historically, I think I've stated this. I do not do well with pouches, but I've never done a nicotine pouch. This does feel
caffeine pouch.
Sorry, I have done a nicotine pouch. Let me pull up.
I'll throw in a nicotine pouch for you.
Okay, we're ride or die. Okay, my heart rate's usually up anyway, so don't be alarmed by that being higher than a normal person. Okay, heart rate at 85 right now. Huh?
Normal?
I think that's a little high, but normal-ish. I'm excited, obviously. All right. So I threw that in. But I was really disappointed. I sent you the picture right away. I was like, I ordered the nicotine pouches, and I was going to try to get someone at my fire department to do it.
It's dog shit.
And then they send me an energy pouch. All right. So we got baseline numbers. I'll tell you when I feel this thing kicking. It might just pop on at any point here.
Yeah,
or maybe I just Or maybe it doesn't taste like anything. Does it have a flavor to it? It says black iceberg. I don't know. I hate when the flavors of things aren't an actual flavor.
Right.
It's like glacier freeze. That's it's a real Gatorade
what
flavor.
Is that? Gatorade, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good flavor though.
It is a tier 1 flavor, S tier flavor, but it's not if I just saw that, I don't know what glacier freeze is.
It's literally like watered down sour blueberry. Yeah,
but why don't they call it sour blueberry? Why do they have to call it glacier
marketing thing?
Yeah, but I'm in marketing. That's terrible marketing. I want to know what I'm buying.
Yeah,
I don't know what the hell black iceberg is. Apparently,
just look at the ingredients.
I don't know if I want to.
No, you definitely don't.
Number one ingredient, cellulose. Is that normal? Cellulose, water, caffeine.
Isn't cellulose sugar?
No, cellulose is like insulation.
What?
Yeah, isn't it? No, you're thinking dextrose. Dextrose is sugar or sucralose. Cellulose is like cellulose insulation. It must be like what the pouch is actually made of.
Okay, I could see that. Let's see.
Cellulose. This is from Warsaw, Poland, though.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but long story short, I tried to do them. I'm still on the hunt, but I was very disappointed. I think they literally got made illegal, but that doesn't mean you can't buy them. It just means that it's probably harder to get it.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I want to, unless you have something first.
Let's do it. I have nothing. I have nothing but time.
Okay. So I want to talk about your experience flying on a fighter jet.
Yeah.
Which just looking at the pictures gave me full-blown fucking anxiety because I hate airplanes to begin with.
Oh.
And dog. I don't like roller coasters. So I couldn't imagine what that type of experience felt like. So please.
So I will say I went through a period where I was afraid of flying. I had a couple of bad flights in a row, and I kind of went through that. I'm over that since then, but it wasn't like any other plane I've ever been in my life. Like you go up in the sky and it's like rock solid, like you're sitting on a chair in the sky. It doesn't move at all. It's very strange. Like it's like so weirdly stable.
Interesting.
And beyond that, it's like a completely really undescribable experience. You can try to like best sum it up in terms of like, it's kind of like a roller coaster, but like every sensation you feel on a roller coaster, like magnified by like 100 or something. Like the most minimal G forces you feel like in the jet when you're taking turns and stuff is like the most you've ever felt by magnitudes on a roller coaster, right? It's like, you're just like, I did 9 Gs, which is 9 times the force of gravity. I did that 3 times. So
did you have to do the breathing technique?
Oh yeah, you go. And like your legs inflate and you have to flex like your lower body to not pass out. I didn't pass out. I didn't throw up.
Wow.
Well, we started out our flight with what they call a max launch. So you start on the
straight up.
You start on the runway, yep, and they go max afterburners, and they hit the end of the runway and go straight 90-degree vertical to 10,000 feet. And so it's literally like 5 seconds to 10,000 feet. It's just a rocket ship. Like, I mean, it's insane. Right. Then you level. And so I'm just like laughing like a maniac. Like I'm like,
did you have to do the breathing technique for that?
No, you don't feel that. Cause like there's that a first like kind of flip that when you go vertical and then you're just going up. So there's G's, but it's not like G's, like basically anything less than 4 G's, you basically can, you feel the weight, but it's like, you don't have to really do anything special to like stay conscious. Once you get past 4, then you have to start doing incrementally more things.
Okay.
And so then we go up, and sidebar, my mouth is starting to feel weird and tingly. So then we go up and we level out at 10,000 feet. And he's like, all right, we got like 10 or 15 minutes before the rest of the Thunderbirds take off that we just get to like, we have the whole airspace. So we had a 5 nautical mile circle that was just like our playground. We do whatever we want. We own the entire airspace. So the first thing we do is dive back down to 200 feet off the ground. And then we do the fastest you could legally fly over the mainland US is 0.95 Mach, which is about 730 miles an hour.
Jesus Christ.
And so we were going 7 plus 700 miles plus at 200 feet above the ground, right over the top of like this crowd. And it was like, dude, you are just like, the world is just, you can't even, I can send you the footage and show it. I actually filmed a short podcast, be it, with the pilot that flew me. And so
how did you get involved with this whole thing?
So I got this Valor Award from Firehouse magazine for some rescues I was involved with in 2024. And so I was down in Charleston, South Carolina, accepting those awards from Firehouse, or the award. And I had made a really good friend when I was in the Center of Excellence in Maryland. And when he came down to Charleston, because he lived in South Carolina, or lives still, he came down to meet me and see me get the award, because we talked about it when I was in treatment. And then, so he had a mutual friend that came to it, and he's like, hey, I got this buddy, Quinn. He'll come down. I've been friends with him forever. He's a pilot in the Air Force. I'm like, oh, cool. Awesome. Let's meet him. We hang out. We kind of hit it off, and we're talking. And Quinn, who's been on the podcast, it was an experimental test pilot in the Air Force. He flew helicopters for a while, and then he went and was based in Las Vegas, and he flew experimental everything for the Air Force. He was a lieutenant colonel. Long story short, we're sitting at the bar talking. And I'm like, hey, man, I'm like obsessed with fighter jets. What are the odds that you could figure out a way to get me in a fighter jet? And he was like, I mean, I could maybe make some calls and I might be able to make that happen or help you out with that. And I'm like, wow, okay. And then Quinn is just like the best dude ever. So he just like hits the ground running. I mean, I had literally met this guy twice for like a collective 3 hours. And he's like, oh, okay, I talked to like the head of the Thunderbirds. I talked to the head of the guy here. I talked to this guy. He's calling all the people around the country. And eventually he gets in touch with this program called the Hometown Heroes program, which is basically the Thunderbirds incentive flight program. And so basically every air show that they do, which most of the air shows, they come back on a 2-year cycle. So like I went in Duluth, Minnesota, and the Thunderbirds come every 2 years. So for 2 years, they solicit for people to be part of this Hometown Heroes program. They review those applications, the top applications. They go to the Air Force. The Air Force then selects who they fly. And so Quinn kind of, based on his rank and based on his influence, and he like submitted this huge packet about me and all the stuff. I had to go get like flight physicals and all this stuff just to submit a packet, let alone actually be able to do it. And so we've been working on this for like, I don't know, 8 months, 6 months, something like that, long time. And and then finally I heard back like maybe a month ago, hey, you got approved for the flight. Holy crap, we're doing it. And then finally came to fruition this last Friday, the 10th. And so insane. Like the whole thing, it's everything you want it to be. Like growing up, like I am obsessed with Top Gun. Like literally, like my computer bag like is literally like has a Maverick patch on it. Like it's literally like I'm obsessed. My helmet shield on my helmet I wear every day at work is custom made to look like Maverick's helmet. Like it has like the stripes and the eagles on it and stuff. Right. Like I am full bore all about that life. Right.
Wow.
And then what are the odds that I could ever actually get behind the seat of I flew the friggin' thing. Like they were just like, you want to fly it? I'm like, I can do that. Yeah. Jet's yours. And all of a sudden you rattle the stick and you're flying the thing, dude. I flew the thing for like 20 minutes.
Holy shit.
Crazy. Insane.
That is wild.
Yeah, unbelievable. And then we got to fly in formation with the rest of the Thunderbirds. So like they're flying at the closest interval that they fly at is 18 inches wingtip to wingtip. So it's like
that's so crazy.
It's insane. I mean, you're like literally flying this far away from each other. And so we were flying in what's called the slot. So they fly in a V, right? And then we are in the middle. So there's a plane in front of us and 2 planes to the sides of us. And we're in the middle of that V with just jets all around you.
Dude, my jumpsuit would have been filled with diarrhea. I would have filled those things up.
I was worried about being sick. I was worried about a bunch of other things. But when we actually did it, it was like not scary. It was just like the most fun, unbelievable.
That's awesome.
And it was like I said, the biggest problem with it is that like I've lived my best day. What am I supposed to do at 34 years old? And it's all downhill from here, right? Like my best day is behind me. Like sometimes people say their best days. I don't know about what period will be the best, but I do know which day will be the best. And it's already in the past, unfortunately.
Jesus Christ. But that's insane.
It was so cool. And everyone from the Thunderbirds organization was just unbelievable. Like, it's like, I don't know what selection process they do or what training they do, but like from the people that greet you at the door to the pilots to the leader, I mean, everyone is the nicest person you ever met. It was like comically nice. Like people walk in and they're just like the nicest person you ever met. And then all of a sudden they leave and another person comes in. You're like, what is this? Like some sort of like, am I on a reality show? Like who can be the nicest person in the world? Yeah, unbelievable. Just I can't say enough about how great the program was, and how awesome. Just like it was so dope. It was the dopest.
That's so cool. I don't know if I would have the guts to do it. I'd be way overthinking it. And you know what's funny is when I joined the fire department, I had a pretty decent bout with anxiety. Mm-hmm. And I remember the first call we went on actually came through as a structure fire. And I got on the truck and I felt that anxiety coming up. And I'm like, shit, like, did I make the wrong move here and join the fire department? And this is what it's going to be. But when we got to the call, it wound up being an oil burner puff back. Because, you know, structure fire is never really a structure fire. Yeah, at least where I'm from.
Yeah.
But
is that the one where the guy took the poop in the bathroom?
No.
The different oil burner.
Which one are you talking about?
Didn't you tell me a story at one point about like there was like some like oil that was burning, fish oil, and then the guy pooped in the bathroom?
Oh, yes. Yeah. No, that was a couple of years later. That was in the industrial park. Oh. But it was after I got back to the firehouse, it was almost like that nervous energy that I've kind of always had gone.
Interesting.
And it never came back.
Wow.
So I don't know if it was like an exposure therapy type thing, but it worked. But yeah, that's crazy, man. That's awesome that you got to experience that.
Oh, the best. I feel so grateful. I mean, that was just the overwhelming feeling of the day, which is like, man, my life is so dope. Like I have the dopest life.
It's a great feeling
to think of, like, you know, a year earlier I was in treatment because I was like struggling to like want to be alive. Right. And then like less than a year later, I'm flying in a F-16. Like, man,
did you cry
really
when
on
you
the
got
up
off?
and up, bro. I didn't cry. I was being so manly. I was just like, yeah, no, I was just like grinning ear to ear, dog. I was just like, but I definitely had a lot of moments of like introspection of being like, wow, like how fortunate am I? Like, I'm so grateful for my life. Like, it's so cool that like,
that's awesome.
This is my existence. Right.
See, I'm about to cry for you. I'm
yeah,
about to cry proud tears.
I think that's going to be a new goal of this podcast. I'm going to try to find, I'm going to try to source some of the saddest videos imaginable.
I literally, the only thing I won't watch ever, and I don't know if this would make me cry necessarily, but I hate videos of animals, like animals getting killed. I don't even like sometimes even Shark Week. Like, I don't even like seeing them eat seals. I get so sad from it.
I don't cry. I don't watch Shark Week because I'm a little bit worried about being emotionally sensitive.
It's something with animals, man. I just have this, like, I don't know. I get really upset if I see like animals in pain or, you know, seeing them fucking eat each other, even though I just made chicken cutlets, you know, but like, I'm not going to be in the fucking, but you know, like, it depends. Like, I always say I want to go hunting, but I don't know for sure if I would have it in me to shoot an animal. But you bring me a deer carcass, like, I'll help you fucking gut it and everything like that. That won't bother me.
You know that
it's just
for sure, or you just feel like you would probably?
I feel like I'd probably be like that because I don't get queasy.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you know, once an animal's dead, I'm fine. It's just the thought of it dying is what makes me sad. On that note,
you're more sensitive than you let on.
I'm definitely.
The other thing that I did, which was like a real expression of my, you know, American patriotism since we last met, was I went to Salt Lake City for the Monster Jam World Finals.
Oh, that's right. I saw you were doing that.
That talk about a place where you know, red, white, and blue America was still running deep. I mean, I don't know if there was a much more patriotic place on planet Earth than Monster Jam World Finals for the 4th of July on the 250th anniversary of America.
A bunch of people slamming PBRs.
Yeah, it was awesome. Me and my dad have went to Monster Jam since I was like a little kid. It was kind of like our thing. And so now as I've gotten older, it's kind of a silly thing because, you know, it's become more and more for kids. When I went as a kid, it was like for adults. It was not for kids, right? It was like Metallica and beer drinking and like it was like a rowdy redneck party. And now it's really become commercialized and more of a thing for children. But we've went the whole time, so we've been there for the transition. But it was like you know, as a kid, it was like this thing that no matter what, my dad was always going to take me to Monster Jam. And now I bring my dad and we make a day of it. And, you know, in all reality, it's less about the monster truck than it is about some reason to hang out. But it was super fun.
That's awesome.
And it was a thing that we had wanted to do for a long time. I had actually bought tickets, all the tickets for the whole trip almost a decade ago now. And then I got hired by St. Paul. And then it was the Academy when I would have had to leave. So I had to cancel the whole trip and leave.
Oh, man.
But when we lost a bunch of money because I had to buy all the tickets that were not refundable and stuff. And then, but now we finally got to make it right.
That's awesome. Look at you just living out all these things that you've always wanted to do.
Dude, money's made to spend. It's not made to miser away.
It's true.
I know that it's much to the chagrin of some people in my life that want me to be more of a steward to my resources. But I very much don't want to take anything with me when I go. I want to spend it all and live life while I'm here.
I love that. Hey, real quick, let's get a pulse check.
Okay, pulse check.
And then we'll dive into...
I can tell you that Well, I popped in, what was it before? 80, 85, 86?
86, I believe you said.
When I pulled my app out, it was at 72.
Right now.
Right now it's at 86 again. 82. Oh. But now it's at 78. But that checks out though, because I'm super ADD and caffeine usually calms you down.
Yeah, you might be right with that. I think maybe some people have an adverse effect to it.
I tell you, obviously it will make me not sleep if I drink enough caffeine, and it'll give me jittery. But more than anything, what I'll tell you, it does not taste good. It tastes objectively bad. I'm going to drive it out. I'm going to ride this thing out for the rest of the show just because like I'm committed to the cause. But I would not recommend anyone, unless the Iceberg people want to sponsor the show, then I will recommend it. But overall right now, I don't even know what the flavor is. It's just not good. It tastes like,
maybe it's black glacier. Like it's just a glacier that's full of dirt.
Yeah, it's an old dirty glacier. It let me try to describe the flavor. It's kind of like earthy, ironically. It almost kind of tastes like coffee grounds a little bit. Like there's like almost maybe
that's where the caffeine source from.
But it's also chemically too. So like maybe if you ran like some sort of chemical through some coffee grounds, it's overall unpleasant though. But nevertheless, let's press on. All right. Just know that that's what I'm going through here. Well, I don't want to just recap my last 3 weeks. What's been going on in your life? Have you also flown in a fighter jet and went to the Monster Jam World Finals?
No, I've just been slaving away, working.
Can you
and
say that now?
Getting things done. Yeah, I think so. I think that's all right to say.
Okay.
What have I done? Have I done anything?
Oh, wait, let's talk about this. You were on Fox and Friends.
Yes, that's right. That was an interesting experience. That was, I'm not really a political guy. And this came about from 1-800-BOARD-UP, which is one of the sponsors on the Firehouse podcast. They had reached out to us. They were doing something with Fox, or they have close ties to Fox, and they were doing an episode of Fox and Friends where they wanted first responders in the audience. So they had reached out to us and they said, "Hey, can you put this out to your audience and see if anybody would attend?" So I'm like, okay. I put it out there, and a week later, like a week before this was going to air, or a couple of days before it was going to air, I get a call from our sponsor who says, "Hey, can you guys come? And we'll put you up in a hotel in Times Square, and we'll take you out to dinner the night before," because you had to be at the studio at 4:45 in the morning.
Oh my gosh!
So I was like, okay, and they're like, "Bring your wife," everything like that. So Mike from the Hazmat guys, I had reached out to him and Bobby to see if they wanted to go, and Mike was like, "Yeah, I'll go." So we went to dinner at this place called Tavern on the Green, which I have never heard of in my entire life. But when I told my wife that's where we were going, she goes, "Tavern on the Green?" I was like, "Yeah." Like there's a million restaurants in the city, in New York City. So I'm like, "Yeah, like what is it?" She goes, "That's like a historic restaurant in Central Park."
Oh, cool.
So yeah, we went there. Food was great. And we went, back to the hotel. There was like a rooftop bar in the hotel, and hung out. Next morning, woke up, we walked over to Fox Studios, and we got an email like the night before saying that Secret Service was going to be there for one of the guests, and to make sure that we're not carrying firearms. So I'm thinking, like, who the fuck is carrying a firearm, A, in New York City, and B, who's going to bring a firearm to sit in the crowd at Fox Studios? Now, what I didn't know is because they wanted people in uniform. And if you are wearing the NYPD uniform, even if you're a retired police officer, but you wear that uniform within the confines of the 5 boroughs of New York City, you are required to be armed.
Oh, interesting.
Because technically, like, you're wearing that. So if somebody needs help and they see you, you have a duty to act.
Oh, wow.
So that was their whole thing with that, was they have lockers there that you could put your weapon in. So we're like, shit, this is going to be a long process getting in. We literally walked right in the fucking studio. I didn't show ID or anything like that. Right in, sat us down. Who was on? It was Lara Trump.
Okay.
Was one of the guests that came on. I don't know what part of the family, like what her relationship is or anything like that, but it was an interesting experience. Me and Mike were front and center sporting our logos for our podcast. But I got to drink a beer on national TV at 7:00 in the morning on a Wednesday, which was pretty cool. It was George Washington's recipe that they found, and it was the New York City Public Library. So some brewery like made it, and this particular beer, the fermentation was through molasses. So the guy comes out and he's like, "Who wants a beer?" And my fucking hand shot up. I'm like, "I'm drinking a beer right now." The best part, there was a lot of people watching live, so my phone was in my pocket and I kept feeling it buzz. But when I got the beer, my phone started going crazy. And my father-in-law was watching. He's like, "Of course you're fucking drinking a beer at 7:00 in the morning on national television." So it was an interesting flavor. It was the first sip tasted kind of like a lager, but the aftertaste was like a cider.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So I said, great beer for 7:00 in the morning on national television, but probably wouldn't be like my go-to beer on a Friday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was interesting. It was a cool experience. And actually there was 2 fans of the Firehouse podcast from Maryland that saw it, signed up for it, and they drove up to be on the show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So I got a chance to meet them and they were super cool. They asked me for a picture after, and these, older dudes, I think both of them were career firefighters in like Baltimore, and they're also volunteers in their areas. And then they're asking me for a picture, and I'm like, ooh, that feels weird. Of course, I took a picture with them. I'm not going to tell them fuck off, but I don't think I'm that level yet.
Yeah,
I don't think I'm picture worthy.
I had a similar experience while I was out in Salt Lake City. Obviously, I was publicizing the fact that I was traveling. I was at Monster Jam World Finals and stuff. And I had 2 independent people come up to me and be like, "Hey, are you Jake from, Hazard Class?" And I was like, obviously super gracious, super grateful that anyone's listening to me talk enough that they would recognize me out in public. I feel very like flattered by that. But at the same time, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm just a firefighter. Like I please don't treat me with any level of celebrity at all. I literally like, I'm going to go help a poopy person off the ground like tomorrow because I'm just a firefighter at work. You know what I mean? It's like,
dude, I had that a couple of times.
Celebrity.
People noticing me. The weirdest was at 2 of my wife's friends' weddings.
Oh, wow.
And the first one we went to, somebody had texted the groom the next day and was like, was there another firefighter at your wedding? And he goes, yeah, and said my name. And the guy said to him, he goes, dude, I watch his show every week. And then we were at another wedding of our friends, and I get a tap on the shoulder. I turn around and some kid's like, "Are you Tyler from the Firehouse podcast?" I was like, "Yeah." Like, where are you from that you're listening to my show? And he's a firefighter on Long Island. It was just, and then I stopped once at a pizza place, random pizza place, stopped to get a quick slice. I was going golfing. I was hungry. And the kid's giving me the pizza, and he's like, "You a firefighter?" I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "Firehouse podcast?" I'm like, "Yeah, you watch?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I watch your show every week." I was like, damn, like that's cool that, people are watching. But it's when somebody actually comes up to you and says they recognize you from it, it's kind of a strange feeling because you don't think that it's anything big.
Well, like, let's be honest. Like, I'm sitting in my guest bedroom right now talking to my friend on the other side of the country, right? To think that actually real people are going to consume this, which of course that's what we hope. And we hope that we're entertaining and we hope they come back. And I'm very grateful for it. But it does feel weird to like realize that like hundreds of people listen to the things that I say when I say them. Like there's actually weight to the words I'm saying, you know, because it's not just to the void. It's not just to you. It's to the masses, right? It's kind of a strange, but like the one thing I will say, if anyone ever is listening to this and want, like, please come say hi. Like I'm literally the normalest person. Like I mean, maybe that's not true. I'm not very normal, but I will say hi and be very kind. I'm happy to talk to anyone, take a picture or whatever, but it's a very strange feeling to feel like I wouldn't be approachable. I'm like, I am like the normalest person.
Yeah.
I am not a celebrity at all by any means, not even the slightest slight.
Right. No, I feel the same way.
Yeah. But all right, we're 45 minutes into this show and we haven't even started to talk about we were going to try to be not as long-winded this weekend.
Never happens.
Never going to happen. That's okay. It is amazing how quick it happens, though, when we start talking, man. We are off on it, boy. All right. So we got a couple categories today, or a couple segments, okay? Let's start with the first one, which is, man, this thing in my mouth tastes so bad.
I'd spit mine out.
93 now. I'm trending up.
There's a jump.
We're trending up. All right. Let's start with Price is Wrong.
Okay.
So this is the game similar to popular game show Price is Right, Price is Wrong, where we pull up an item that could be potentially found on a fire truck and guess how much it costs. I've prepared one for Tyler. Tyler has prepared one for me. And from there, we try to figure out what we think it might cost. Okay. I don't know the answer. I've seen the picture of what Tyler sent me, but I do not know anything about it. So I'm going to ask a couple follow-up. Here's the picture. It appears to be a ruler, a snap-on ruler. Is this a 12 inches in length ruler?
It's a 12-inch stainless steel ruler.
I think that it's a snap-on product, so it's going to be more expensive than I probably think it's going to be. I'm going to guess that a 12-inch stainless steel snap-on ruler costs $35.
You want to know what it really costs?
Yeah.
$80.50.
What on earth? Who is spending $80 on this thing?
I don't know.
$80?
$80 for a stainless steel ruler. Is
there some like career field in which a stainless steel ruler is like a necessity or something? There's no
if it's a necessity, I'm sure that's probably like usually one of the most inexpensive items you can buy. But like if this was like, I don't know, fucking platinum or something like that, all right, maybe I can understand that. But $80 for a stainless steel ruler is crazy.
Very crazy. And I understand people are kind of like particular about their brands, and if they have Snap-on stuff, they buy. But like that, they're just like raking people over the coals for this ruler.
And do you know how like easy it is to like lose a ruler? Like people lose tools all the time. Tools are like one of the easiest things to lose. At any time you're doing work on something, it's always like, fuck, where's that one thing that I need?
Yeah.
Ruler is one of those things. And to have $80 out the window, that would suck.
Is it? I wonder if it's what it's used for specifically. Like, is it for drafting or something? Is it like so that you can draw like I'm trying to think of like the crossover between the brand Snap-on and a ruler. Like, it's usually Snap-on stuff is like automotive, like mechanical stuff, right?
I think all different types of stuff, but this is a straight stick 12-inch ruler, standard ruler. You could use that for literally anything. Crazy.
Well, you definitely, when I said 35, I was like, literally, I'm going to crush this. He's going to be, I have the price. I literally was like, I would have been, I don't know why I had the confidence I had. Cause I don't know.
Truthfully, I probably would have said the same thing, because how could you charge north of that for fucking ruler.
I thought that was kind of an obscenely high price, but like an acceptably obscenely high.
Yeah.
80 is ludicrous price.
Yep.
All right.
Crazy.
So I'm guessing my item of, I would also be very surprised if you've ever actually seen a price for it. So this is what I got.
Well, to be fair, I used to sell firefighting equipment. So I could have a pretty good.
You came up with this game and you have an inside edge.
Well, that doesn't mean that I know the prices verbatim, but we'll see.
I bet you've never sold this before.
Definitely not. That looks like a crash fire suit, or
that is a proximity suit. So that is the highest level fire protection suit, be it industrial or ARF.
I have one of those.
Okay. That's what we use for oven mitts at the fire station. We use the gloves from it.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, I have my best friend's dad he was in Port Authority Police Department. At the time, they did both police and fire. And he retired some years ago and had this suit, and he gave it to me. And I still have it. I've worn it for multiple Halloweens. I wore it on our show on the podcast, the Firehouse podcast, for our Halloween episode.
Is it crazy hot?
Yeah, it's super hot. And it's got like an interesting smell to it. But definitely haven't sold one of these. And I know that the price of regular PPE is up there. I would assume that it would be more expensive than regular PPE.
I'm not giving you hints.
I'm going to say shit. For a full setup, I'm going to say 25 grand.
I was shocked by this one. So usually the game of this is to give you a price for something that's way more expensive than you could imagine it to be.
So it's less.
It's less expensive than traditional turnout gear for whatever reason. I don't know why.
So I was thinking that because this is a proximity suit. It's not made for structural firefighting. Mm-hmm. Structural firefighting gear has all sorts of stuff for fire retardant in it to make sure that, if you're in flames, it's not going to go up right away. Mm-hmm. So that was like my first thought. I'm like, okay, this isn't going to be, you're not standing in like burning jet fuel with this.
No.
So I was going to go a little, but then I was like, it's so niche that maybe it is higher priced.
I was expecting, when I thought of this item, I was like, oh, I bet you this will be super crazy expensive. It'll be a fun thing to do. Turns out $3,499 for that entire suit.
Wow.
So that's
pretty crazy.
Half price from a normal turnout gear set ish, somewhere in that range.
Yeah. Wow.
Which is I was surprised by it. It looks kind of, like kind of the Tin Man. It reminds me of that scene in Pineapple Express where they're like afraid of the weeds. So then the guy comes in there and he's pretending to be like a robot. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't remember that scene.
Beep, or beep. He's trying to Bill Hader is like smoking weed in the basement. And then they send in the guy in like the scuba suit.
Oh, the beginning scene?
Yeah. And he comes in there and he's trying to, it's a robot. He goes, beep or beep. And that's what reminds me of. Illegal. Yeah, exactly. That's right. Yeah. That's what reminds me of. All right.
Oh, that's interesting.
There you go. So that is Price is Wrong. And we were both very wrong by more than 50% both times, or 100%.
Yeah.
All right. So next one is If You Had To, which is another takeoff of the popular Would You Rather. But for whatever reason, we're not going to go with Would You Rather. We're going to call it If You Had To. And so even though I found that every single time I say If You Had To, Would You Rather. Exactly. It's always that. Yep. It's just a complication that I've insisted upon now with it. So you led off last time. I'm going to lead off this time. Okay.
Let's do it.
If you had to, would you rather wear a European helmet or work off an electric fire engine.
Oh man. That's a good one. I feel like they're both equally shitty.
They are. They definitely are.
Oh man. This is a good one. I absolutely hate the European fire helmet.
Oh, it's the worst.
But you know what? I'm going to go based on this because they claim that the European fire helmets are safer than the standard helmet. So for safety reasons,
the lamest reason you can make
but that's literally the only like difference I can find in them. I mean, if you look at the newer engines or the newer fire trucks nowadays with all the electric in them, there's always something that gets fucked up.
Oh, for sure.
A truck full of water is not supposed to be just littered with electronics.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine the electric fire truck.
We have one in St. Paul. It's awful.
You do?
I don't know if I can say that technically. I can. I think I'll say it. Whatever. I hate it. Everyone hates it. We ordered a second one. Everyone knows that whenever you hate something, you should order a second one.
That's the fire service, baby.
Yeah. $1.8 million Rosenbauer RTX for an engine.
Jesus Christ.
$1.8 million. Yeah. It's been just riddled with gremlins constantly in the shop. It was kind of an initiative. It was kind of an initiative that our mayor pushed, our ex-mayor. We have a new mayor now who we like a lot more. But our ex-mayor really wanted to be the first city in the state to have an electric fire engine for the green initiative or whatever, kind of thrust it upon us. And
did you guys spec it out, or was it like one of those things that they're just like, this is the model and here you go?
Both, right? They did their best to spec it as good as they could, but it's built on a European chassis. So it has like kind of that small, weird framed European look. And then like they wanted to have all these options like, oh, we don't want our crossleys like that. We want them like this. And we don't want our hose bed like this. We want them like that. And they would just be like, yeah, that's not an option based on the chassis. Yeah. Hey, we want like a normal pump panel. Nope, you can't have a normal pump panel. You have to have everything be electronic or whatever. It's like, so we got one that's a one-off. The biggest problem with it is that it's a one-off rig. Every rig in the city more or less functions the same. And there's one that you have to literally have a special designator as a driver to even be able to drive because it's so different. It's like, that's a problem.
We have that a lot out by me on Long Island. Bless you.
Thank you. I muted myself.
We have that. Yeah. On Long Island, we have that issue. And mainly because, the standard is every 20 years you replace a fire truck. So as things got more populated out here and fire departments began to expand, they would get newer trucks that were different from the other trucks that they had, or sometimes they would try something new. So like my last department, we had at a headquarters 3 engines. 2 of them were twin engines, which was my company and engine 1. Engine 3 had a different setup. Granted, everything equipment wise was the same, but the difference was engines 1 and 2 were top mount pump panels, and the engine 3 was side mount. So the controls were different. So you'd have to get qualified on those different, if you want, I could drive engine 1 and 2, but I couldn't drive 3.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah. I don't like that's one thing that our administration is doing now, which is really good, which is trying to get to the point of everything is going to be the same, right? We want to like try to have consistency across all of our platforms as much as we possibly can, but that's not how it is now. It's going to take some time to get there.
It makes sense. But at the same time, it's like, you want uniformity because it's easier on everyone that you don't have to start qualifying people that are already qualified chauffeurs to drive a different rig. But the other side of it is if you say your current fleet is at the end and they're like, okay, we're going to this is the truck we're going with, and then it's going to be all these trucks we get are the same. If they all have like the same issue, that could be a problem, you know? But also we're firefighters and we tend to adapt to our surroundings. You know, even with us, when we got brand new engines, we had 2 Salisbury engines, which were fantastic trucks. I love those trucks. They drove great. And then they made the switch to rescue pumpers, which were Spartan rescue pumpers. Problem was we didn't have a say in them, which we were furious about because like we had to battle them just to put a booster line on it. So I don't know if do you guys roll booster lines? Just like the real.
We have some of our really old engines have them. And then we've went away from them, but now there's talk about maybe bringing them back in this new spec that they're going to do.
Yeah. So our whole thing with the booster line is we had a lot of industrial in our area. So a lot of dumpster fires, or just like the regular trash can fire. There's no reason to dump a bed of 1 3/4 hose to send a fucking garbage can down the street when we have booster lines that could do it no problem. So like we fought them on that. And then when we got these rigs, they were like, all right, now you guys got to figure out how to fit all the shit on them. I'm like, these compartments are completely different. We made it work. We also got hydraulic tools though, as part of it. That was like the whole thing is they wanted another set of tools, even though we shared headquarters with the rescue truck that had the heavy rescue equipment on it. If that was out of service, they would literally just throw the tools into the bed of a pickup truck, and that's what was responding to heavy rescues. And I think it was more embarrassing than anything. So they're like, we're just gonna put fucking tools in the engines in case this goes out.
Yeah.
But yeah. So all right, my turn. Okay. If you had to, would you rather accidentally, I was trying to figure out a way how to not say it, but accidentally get caught naked on national television, or take a 100 milligram weed edible at the start of your shift?
Do I get caught for the weed edible?
No, I'll give you that.
So like I get to just do my shift high as hell?
High as hell, but like edibles are way different.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Than just like smoking weed. Yeah. Do you think you'd be able to handle like even just like your standard bullshit medical call, and 100 milligrams is a lot.
Yeah.
That's like panic milligrams.
Yeah. Hypothetically, like I would never admit to doing any drugs, but hypothetically, someone that was similar to me may routinely do 50 milligrams. I think that it would be I would rather do the 100 milligrams, I think, because what an adventure. What an adventure.
It would be an adventure. But at the same time, trying to be serious.
I think that's going to be out the window. I'm going to be having a pretty good time.
When you take an edible on your own time, when you know you got nothing going on, whatever, right? But when you have like serious responsibilities, like you're trying to fight that anxiety, that holy shit, I really gotta keep my shit together here.
Yeah. I just think that like the idea of, I don't know if there's any way that I get naked on national television that doesn't result in serious legal problems.
Right? I'm saying like you're at like a baseball game and you're in the crowd and like the camera's on and someone just fucking pantses you. full frontal zoomed in fucking camera.
Do you think that you get in trouble in that scenario?
No, I think the person who does it, for sure.
Well, I mean, like, but like, what if you orchestrated it? Like, what if I like had my buddy do it? Not that I'm trying to do this, but like, I'm just saying, I think the lines get kind of blurry. I think you maybe get in trouble even if you're the victim.
I don't know, because if you look at a streaker, right, at a sporting event, they're interrupting the game and they're purposely streaking across the field to make a spectacle.
I feel like the days of the naked streaker are kind of since past. We haven't seen that everyone's.
The people just run on the field, but they're not naked.
People respect the fact that was pretty rapey to like just expose himself to everyone at the stadium.
Yeah, or also at a time where like not everyone was glued to a TV.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, you don't see the naked streaker. That used to be the whole shtick. Like
you'd have to be butt naked.
Now you're not. No one's naked streaking anymore.
No,
it's just like a drunk guy running across the field.
Yeah, exactly.
I almost did it once. This is true, and my best friends in my life could attest to it being true. So I have this baseball player which I really loved. He played for the Twins, named Nick Punto. He eventually went and got a ring with the Cardinals. He was kind of an all-star fielder, but a notoriously kind of bad hitter. Great fielder, kind of a bad hitter. He had only hit like 10 home runs in his entire career, right? But I always had this kind of thing with my friends that if I was ever at a game where Nick Punto hit a home run, I was going to go on the field and meet him at home plate. Like this was my thing. And so we were sitting on the third baseline. This is at the Metrodome back in a long time ago, before the stadium that even is there now existed. And he hit one off the wall, and my friends will attest to the idea that I was walking down the aisle when the ball hit the wall. I was that close. I was probably like, 16. No, it bounced off the wall, like the back wall. So it just needed another 2 feet of height, and it would have been a home run. And I would have changed the trajectory of my life potentially. Who knows? Yeah. But you're super close. My friends will attest. I was on the walk down to the field. I love
that. A man of your word.
I'm a principled man. Yeah, I don't know if I would have had the gumption to make it over the wall, but I was certainly intending to at the time. All right, one more game to play here, and then we will see you in a couple weeks. All right. This one's going to be fun because this is a thing that we could probably make this way too long of a segment because I could probably talk about it forever. But all right, we're going to do top 5. So we're going to draft top 5 movies to watch at the Firehouse. And I'll give you the top draft pick just because it would be, I'll give it to you.
All right, let's hear it.
No, you go. You go first.
You're saying it to me? All right. For
the record, there's only one correct answer to this number 1 draft pick.
You say fucking backdraft?
Yeah. You don't like backdraft?
It is, but like to watch it at the Firehouse, like how many fucking times have people watched it?
Every time we have a new guy that comes to the Firehouse that's never seen it, because we hire these new kids. They're like
that's
19,
different.
And you're like, have you ever seen day 1? Have you ever seen Backdraft? No. All right, sit in the recliner. Training is happening for the next 2 hours, right? That is a real thing that happens at our fire station.
I am historically a comedy guy.
Okay.
And I think there's some reasons to watch particular movies in the Firehouse because I think that they correlate to what's going on from a culture perspective within the fire department. The first one I'm going to go with, which is an all-time favorite of mine, is Dumb and Dumber.
That was going to be the one that was going to be on my list. Dumb and Dumber is so good. Dumb and Dumber is so good. It's crazy every time you watch Dumb and Dumber. Every scene is an icon. It goes from scene to scene to scene, and everyone's just as iconic as the previous scene. It's insane. I don't know if I don't think there's another movie that's that iconic. It's crazy. Literally, every single scene is like, oh my god,
the entire thing.
And
I think I sent you a GIF. the other day when we were talking.
Yes.
Okay, kill him.
Yeah, kill him. I just said that yesterday at the fire station. That line. I love it. One of my favorite movies of all time. For the sake of this list, I'm going to forego Backdraft because we already covered it, but that would be very high on the list. This one that I'm going to take as my number one is a movie I literally watched a part of it at the fire station yesterday. And it's because it's on the TV frequently. And when it's on, no matter where you found it in the movie, you finish it because it's that good. And that's Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
Shawshank is like literally, I walked into the kitchen after being out in the bay doing something. Shawshank's on the TV. And I pulled up the menu like I was going to change it. And then I was like, what am I going to find that's better than Shawshank? And then I watched the rest while I was cooking dinner. I watched the rest of the movie. It's just like, I guess this is what I'm doing now. And that's Shawshank for sure.
Okay. That's a good pick. The second one I'm going to go with is The Hangover.
Oh, okay.
And these are in no particular order.
No
by the
particular
way.
order. I mean, I guess it's kind of a particular order because you're trying to.
I'm talking about if I were to rank my favorite movies, it's not in that particular order. But that was just one I thought is always a good.
It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that was one of the last banger comedy movies.
Yeah. Before comedy died, before it was wrong to make jokes. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. It's so good. So good. Also, one of the most prolific comedy fall-offs of all time. Hangover 1 is unbelievable. The rest of them are absolute dog shit.
I like The Hangover 2.
Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember Hangover 2.
The Hangover 3 was garbage. Hangover 2 is when they went to Thailand.
They were in Bangkok. That's not as bad as Hangover 3. Hangover 3 is virtually unwatchable. It's barely the same movie. But Hangover 1 is as good as it gets.
I always said they should have left it at just The Hangover.
Yeah.
No sequels. Sequels tend to kill movies.
Well, look at Dumb and Dumber. To go back to that, right? Dumb and Dumber, one of the best movies, if not the best comedy of all time. Two, Dumb and Dumber 2, the one with Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels, is really bad. And then Dumb and Dumber 2, when they were young, is
Dumb and Dumber is what it was called.
So bad.
Yeah,
with the exception of the one scene with Bob Saget where he finds the poop
with the
on the
shit
wall.
On the walls.
It's so good.
Yeah. That's the only scene though.
Yes. All right. I'm going to take my next one. Rocky number 4. I've been vocal about my love of this movie so much. Before I've talked about it on a couple podcasts, but Rocky 4 is quintessential America. It is America versus Russia. It is the end of the Cold War. It's inspirational. It's entertaining. Rocky 4.
I like that pick.
I love it.
Next one I'm going to go with. This is a little bit different from the comedy things, but
Schindler's
Saving
List.
Private Ryan.
Very similar. Honest to God.
Yeah, very similar. And I'm going to say with that, Saving Private Ryan, but an honorable mention, not really a movie, but a series, Band of Brothers.
Band of Brothers, really good.
Because I think when, the Saving Private Ryan, the opening scene is arguably one of the most iconic scenes in film history. You had World War II vets that went to the movie theaters and literally had to walk out because it was giving them PTSD. I think there was one guy saying that he went with his grandfather who was a World War II vet, and when that scene happened, he had to leave with his grandfather. His grandfather started smelling diesel.
Oh wow. Crazy.
That's how profound it was for him. And I think though,
great movie.
I say Band of Brothers because it's kind of almost like a spin-off to Saving Private Ryan, same kind of people that did it. But there's a lot of good leadership lessons in both where if you're sitting down with all the guys in the Firehouse watching that movie and you got the one dickhead boss, maybe he can learn a few things just from, that series.
For sure. Yeah. Super, super good. I have a story and I've told this story a bunch of times, not on shows, but in my life. I'm not 100. Do you ever have any memories that you're like not 100% sure if it's true memory or a false memory? But I do have this memory of this in my life of like watching Saving Private Ryan when I was a kid with my dad. And I was probably like, I don't know, young, 6 or 7 years old. And like my mom being like, he's too young to watch that violence. And my dad being like, he needs to see what they've done.
Yeah, I had a similar experience with Saving Private Ryan. The first time I saw it, I didn't watch it in its entirety, but I happened to walk in to my friend's house, the same guy I was telling you about before, the Port Authority cop that gave me he had it on. They had it on VHS. And I happened to walk into the living room when he was watching. It was during the opening scene, and it was the part where the guy's guts were hanging out.
Oh yeah. And
the thing with Saving Private Ryan is it's like hyper realistic. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, people were getting, like their guts are hanging out. They're like, my guts are out. This guy's screaming like in pain. And I remember it made me feel fucking sick. Mm-hmm. And again, I was young. I was probably around like that age, like, under 10 years old. And I always had that particular scene like ingrained in my head until I actually got a chance to watch the full movie. Mm-hmm. And then I remember when that scene popped up, I'm like, holy shit, there it is. There's that scene. So it's funny that you have a childhood experience with Saving Private Ryan too.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to take one, and it's going to be a little bit on the nose, but it is one of my favorite Firehouse movies, despite the fact that it's kind of on the nose, which is Top Gun and Top Gun Maverick. I'm going to take both of them in a tandem.
Okay.
But
kind of what I just did.
Yeah. If you get 2, I get 2. But man, once again, if it's on, I'm in, right? Like I'm glued. It's so good. The one thing that I will press you on is next time you watch Top Gun, which I assume is frequent in your life because you're a good quality American.
It's on all the time.
Everyone is so sweaty. And once you notice it, you can't not notice it. Every scene in Top Gun, people are just gushing sweat, no matter what's happening. For whatever reason, there must have been a person with like a mister bottle that every scene, like, we got to mist you a little more. Everyone's gushing sweat. And like, you don't really notice it until someone points it out. And then all of a sudden, it's the only thing you see.
Well, what year was Top Gun?
86.
Was it in the 80s?
86. Okay.
So to that point, almost like every 80s action movie, everyone was sweaty.
That's because they're all so like Rambo. And muscly. Oh, yeah. Dude, Rambo's so good.
The guy's just fucking sweating all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, as he should be. He was filled with muscles and testosterone.
Yeah, exactly. All right. My next pick, I'm going to go with a cult comedy classic, Old School.
Oh, Old School, so good. You got a dart in your neck.
You're crazy, man.
I like you.
I like you, but you're crazy.
Yeah. That's a great movie. So good.
I think comedies in the Firehouse really cure boredom.
Yeah.
Because you're laughing instead of like following along.
And they're good. And they're in and out. So that's another really big portion of a Firehouse movie is you need to be able to like pop in, pop out. You got to call. You got to do something. I want to be engaged when I'm engaged, but I'll be able to walk away and come back. That's why some of these like tropes work really well. Like Top Gun. I've seen Top Gun 35 times, but I can bounce in, bounce out whenever I want. Right. But yeah, same thing. Old School, super good. Another one of those movies that's just like iconic through and through. You like watching every scene is like, oh my God, it's this scene. I love this scene.
Yeah.
For sure. I'm going to go deep cut, maybe a little more sentimental side, but also a movie I love and good for sparking some conversations and like talking about things in the fire station alongside with it, which is Remember the Titans. I love that movie.
It's interesting. I thought you were going to go with Brian's song.
No. Philadelphia. You know that movie where Tom Hanks gets AIDS.
No.
No. Yeah, it's Remember the Titans is so good. It's so inspirational. It's super funny, but it also has like kind of those moments of depth. I really enjoy the movie. And I think it's an underrated comedy, despite the fact that most people wouldn't really call it a comedy. It's a really funny movie. I don't know if you've watched it in a long time, but if you go back and watch it's a pretty enjoyable movie. Denzel's at his best.
There's so many of those. Like one of the biggest ones out there that is this is more of a show.
I think there's a giant in my home. I think that's probably my son clumping down the hallway. I don't know what the heck's going on, but maybe there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex in my house.
Your facial expression, I was like, is that on fucking my end? Like, what's going on here?
No. It was just like the loudest clomping up the stairs I've ever heard in my entire life.
What was I saying?
Something about Brian's song?
Oh, yeah, no. I'm talking about stuff that's supposed to be serious but has a lot of comedy to it. Yeah. This isn't a movie, but more of a series. Is The Sopranos?
I've never seen it.
Ooh, Sopranos is a good. It's a dedicated watch, but
I've heard it's really good. Obviously, it's like one of the top shows of all time. I don't know why I never watched it.
The Sopranos literally changed TV. Like all the what do you call it? All of the stuff that came after Game of Thrones, those types of shows were all born out of The Sopranos, like the way that it was filmed and the way the storyline goes. But The Sopranos was done so well that like I've rewatched it a few times, and there's certain episodes where I'm still like, I get like in a certain mood watching it because like the story is so good, but it's hilarious. Like just the banter between the guys and like some of the stupidity that happens is unreal funny.
Wow. Yeah. It's on my list to watch eventually at some point in my life. But it's for whatever reason hasn't happened yet. But
yeah, it's a great watch.
All right. Do you have another pick, or is Sopranos your Firehouse movie pick?
No. The last one I have here is Me, Myself, and Irene.
Ooh, really good. Really good.
I think probably one of the most underrated comedies. I just feel like because at that time, Jim Carrey had put out so many good comedies like Dumb and Dumber, Ace Ventura, and then Me, Myself, and Irene, I think doesn't get the love that it deserves, but that is definitely a top tier comedy.
Really, really good. Really good comedy. Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, man. I'm trying to decide what angle to go with this, but like it's hard for me not to go back to nostalgia, and like because like I just love like those movies that you pop in and pop out of, that you've seen 100 times, but you still for some reason can't stop watching when it comes on. And we've kind of already touched on this, ironically, but the other one, Rambo First Blood. Rambo First Blood is so good, and it's one of those ones that's like on all the time on like AMC, and like when it's on, you're like, well, I guess this is what I'm watching now. And that's kind of it's not that odd. Like sometimes we'll actually like purposely put on a movie, but all too often it's like, oh, you're walking through the kitchen, something's on, and you just like decide to watch it or not. And then Rambo.
Let me ask you this: Do you watch a lot of movies and TV at home?
Yeah, movies.
Yeah. So I'm not a movie. I barely watch TV.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's kind of like my thing. Yeah.
Yeah, like I'll have usually I have like ESPN on, and then if sports are on, I'll have sports on. But I'm usually doing something. I cannot sit down on the couch and really watch a show. It's got to I got to be really drawn to it. But at the Firehouse, like, granted, a little bit different our situations. I'm in a volunteer department. You're in a career department. But snow standbys for us, like, or hurricane standbys. Like when we know we're getting a big storm, we'll put a standby on. We get food ordered to the Firehouse to get stuff catered, and you're just kind of bored. Yeah, it's a bunch of dudes in this Firehouse, and if a movie's on, I'm gonna sit down and watch the movie out of boredom. Yeah, for sure.
But no, I watch a lot of movies, but I'm generally like my go-to move if you find me at my house. I'm very introverted. A lot of people think because I like teach and I have podcasts and stuff like this, that I'm like this extroverted person. I'm very introverted. Like my neighbors think I hate them because I just don't talk to anyone. I come to my house, I talk to my friends, and I stay to myself. My go-to setup is like movie on, working on my laptop on the couch. That's like, you'll find me there most of the time. Whether it's editing something or posting something, always working on the laptop, watching a show or a movie. That's kind of like my happy place. It's like kind of being productive, but also not max productivity, because I could be like in my office, like actually working. But like, on the couch working, like semi-working, semi-leisure is kind of like my existence all day, every day.
Yeah, I'm with that. That makes sense.
Even at Firehouse, honestly, I working so often that like I'm at work at the fire station running, 15 calls a day or whatever. But then I'm sitting on the lounger working on my laptop, watching a show. That's like my whole day. If we're not training or cooking or doing some sort of errand, that is like my hub all day long, every day.
I love that.
Yeah. Try to be productive, double dip in my time a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, we cooked through this hour and a half. I hope it went as fast for the people listening as it did for me talking, because like I feel like I blinked my eyes and we're an hour and a half into this thing. And
that's podcast for you, right?
I know
feel the same way in our studio.
I hope that is how it felt to the people listening. I'm going to give one final report. 98.
Wow.
98. So we're up. We're up on.
That was after you spit it out, too.
No, yeah.
Oh, you still have it in? I thought you spit it out before.
Ride or die.
Okay, I remember you saying that, and then you were like, "Oh, I thought you were spitting it out," so I assumed you did. And then I was like watching you the whole. I'm like, is he like just trying to get the flavor out of his fucking mouth with his tongue? Because I was watching it.
It is stinky. It does not taste good. Yeah, 98. So I can feel that I'm boosted. I don't think I'd recommend it though, because I mean, if it tasted fine, if it tasted like mint or something like that, I could maybe get down to it, because it feels good. Like I feel like it feels like less like a punch than like an energy drink. You drink an energy drink and you're like, bam, you're like caffeinated. Right. It doesn't really feel like that, but I do definitely feel more awake, more engaged, but it tastes so bad. Once again, unless Iceberg wants to sponsor the show, then I love the flavor of this Iceberg Black product. Yeah. All right, dog. This has been
a good one.
The Out of Service Podcast. Sorry for wasting another 90 minutes of your life. This has been, that's Tyler. I'm Jake, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
See you guys.